Bob, is that the Jimmy Bell you've been waiting to see out there on the court?
Well, yeah, I think he's played well the last couple games. He, we had time off, and we didn't go as hard as we normally go. We didn't go as long as we normally go. I wanted to try to keep him in some semblance of shape, but at the same time, I didn't want to wear him out, knowing that we're going to play 2 games and then fly out to Kansas and play 2 more start league play. So trying to not wear him out, but at the same time keep him in shape. And I didn't do a very good job.
That under 12 media timeout, it seems like that's kind of where things shifted and you guys were able to pull away. I think you had 13 turnovers at that point, only 1 after that, and they scored 32 points in the paint. To that point, finished with 38. What was kind of the message during that time? What was the key to pull away?
Throw it to the guys with the same color shirt you have on and try to keep it between the lines. I thought that'd help. I don't know why we just start throwing it around for some reason and careless with it. We were careless, and we've got to do a better job. Well, we're averaging 14 turnovers a game. That's too many. It's going to come back and bite us if we don't start taking better care of the ball.
Coach, how ready for Big 12 play do you think your team is right now?
After tonight, you got to think, well, let's worry about Stony Brook, and then I watched some K-State last night. They're good. They're good. He's done a great job with them. He's done a great job in the portal, getting pretty good players, and we'll worry about that when the time comes. Let's beat Stony Brook, and then we'll start worrying about league play.
Coach, not having Emmett tonight, could that difference defensively be seen?
Mm-hmm.
With him not in there?
Without a question.
Rotations. Just knowing what to do, I guess.
Well, I don't think we would have had us near the problem with a ball screen if Emmett was in the game. We're playing. We're trying to give other guys some time. Kobe deserves some time. Seth deserves time, more time than what they've been getting. So, that's kind of how I looked at it. It was an opportunity to get those guys some playing time, get those guys some experience. I thought when we switched defenses towards the end of the game, I thought that was really good for them. It's one thing to do it in practice. It's another thing to do it in games when they're trying to destroy what you're trying to do.
See, it seems like when you have your really good teams that they can be intimidating, especially physically. Is this team developing into that attitude and style of play?
Well, Bob, it seemed to me that they started the game with that attitude that they weren't going to be punked. And I thought they were extremely physical. They were way more physical than we were. But with that, I think comes a lot of fouls as well. We've got to find somewhere in between where we're still physical, but we're physical in the right way according to what the rules say. It's going to be, there's going to be contact. And I think when some young officials come in and they want to call every bump, well, we could be here for 3 days, because that's going to happen. That's part of it. It just can't be. you can't do it to gain an advantage. So I thought we came out the second half and I think we met their physicality.
The other day, excuse me, the other day Eric was talking about that if the defense is able to catch up and be played the way you want it to be played, that this team has a potential to make a serious run. I'm just kind of wondering, you're probably not as close to where you want to be defensively at this point.
Eric be a hell of a coach, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He's also the guy I probably should send in here for me, after the games, and he could explain it probably better than I can. We got to get obviously we didn't guard the ball screen, and we worked on it. We did a pretty good job of it in practice, and we didn't do anything close to what we were supposed to do. Now, some of that was we tried to get some of those young guys in early, and they don't get as many reps. But we didn't do a very good job, and that was frustrating because that's one of the things that we did do every practice was work on ball screen. Everybody's ball screening now, everybody. So it would make sense that you work on ball screen defense.
I know you have different ways. Obviously, you can defend that. Was the shortcoming tonight the hedge and recover, the third man in, the rotation? What was the biggest breakdown?
Well, most people are guarding it left, right. So if the guy goes left, the guy on the left side takes it, and if he goes right, the guy on the right side takes it. Now, with that comes a lot that, are they going to attack the worst of your two defenders every time? That wasn't our problem, and I don't think that is our problem. We didn't catch the roll guy. We just stood there. So if we were on the left and they went right and we picked it up with the right, then the left guy just stood out there and they rolled or slipped or whatever terminology you want to use, and we didn't go with them. And the reality of it is you should be under them. We were a long way from being under them.
Coach, Seth, maybe giving you guys more this. I'm just kind of wondering. Is he a much different player this year than? Obviously he's just a freshman last year, so he's probably different in a lot of ways, and that sort of. But from
he's worked really hard.
Yeah.
He's put a lot of time in. He's worked really hard. He really wants to play. He wants to really to be an integral part of the program, which he is. But him and Kobe are the two guys that didn't play a whole lot last year, that we really need to help us. We need them to have a strong core, and we really didn't get them in enough. They've got to play more. The more they play, the better they're going to be. But Seth's really worked at shooting the ball. I think he's much more consistent than what he was.
With the young guys, it's almost like I kind of remember like KJ when he was a freshman, didn't say a whole lot, and then all of a sudden, as he got older, he just talked all the time. Is Seth kind of maybe coming out of that shell, so to speak, as well, or?
It's hard to get a word in.
Yeah.
You got Eric out there. It's hard for anybody else to talk. You'd have to ask Seth that.
Confidence, I guess, was.
Well, I just tell him shut up, But I don't think those other guys are as comfortable doing it as I am.
Anything else?
With Emmett, at what point in preparation did you know he wasn't going to be able to go today?
Emmett?
Yeah.
Probably a day or two after he got hurt. We were hoping the day after it was something that would, it would go away, and then after 2 days we knew it wasn't going to. The good thing is, it's not something that is going to have to be repaired. It's just going to take time to get it back to normal.
Do you expect that to be before Stony Brook, or do you save him for Big 12, or I guess is that just day to day?
Well, he's going to have to start playing, fairly soon, or he's going to be out of shape. And he knows what's going on. He come back after his hiatus to Washington, and he knew everything. He knows what's going on. It's not a matter of that. I think it's a matter of conditioning. He goes out and shoots. He still shoots, but we got to get him well to where he's not favoring it.